Hey guys, Sue here, back with my Bout of Books 13 wrap-up. That ran from Monday, May 11th through Sunday the 17th, so a week-long readathon. Out of my TBR pile, the only two books I did not get to were The Hound of the Baskervilles and Gustav Bloom, the middle grade book. I did really good, surprisingly, with the stack. Of course, I had a lot of manga, just some things I could get through quickly in a week, especially a week that I was working. I had 2 days that weren't really great in terms of quantity I read, so that kind of probably prevented me from getting to these other two books. But I'll go ahead and kind of just break down the days, each one. So day one was overall my best day. Kind of hit the ground running. I finished off the entire series of The Drifting Classroom by Katsuo Umezu. That's volume 9, 10, and 11. Really enjoyed the way it ended. Not quite what I expected, but it was really a good ending. I think, I don't want to go into detail exactly and give anything away, but I think it wrapped up everything really well, ended a little differently than you expect, which is kind of refreshing. The first two volumes I gave 4 stars to, and the final one I gave 5 stars to. This one was kind of bizarre. In fact, there's like an emergency appendectomy surgery in this one. You gotta remember these kids are elementary students, so a little far-fetched there, to say the least. But yeah, lots of action throughout these really held my attention, and I just flew through these. This one was 189 pages, so was volume 10, and 178 pages for volume 11. And then after all that, I kind of just picked up the short story of Doctor Who, the Third Doctor. This is the Spirit of Destiny. I read about 15 pages of this, so I had a total of 571 pages for the first day. On day 2, I picked up this book again and finished off the remaining 67 pages. This is written by Marcus Sedgwick, and I think he did a really good job of capturing the Third Doctor's personality. We have Bessie, his yellow antique convertible he drives around. He's paired up with his companion Jo Grant. Just a really good overall story. Kind of have a battle between Vikings, and there's an old foe that comes into this story, which I was glad they included that. It's one of his most fiercest enemies, I guess you'd call it, and he appears for the first time with the Third Doctor, so really good. I really enjoyed that one. Didn't give any star rating because it's not like that in Goodreads. It's in a box set, this 12 Doctor short story box set, so I'll be kind of judging that overall at the end, but I really enjoyed this particular story. And then I picked up another manga, which was Ajin Demihuman. This is volume 4, and it's by Gaman Sakurai, like that. This is a really cool series. It's you're dealing with these demi-humans. They're humans that cannot die, and they kind of spawn these weird creatures, and lots of cool things happen. There's a character by the name of Mr. Sato, who's also a demi-human, and he's like causing all these terrorist activities and things, and trying to go against the general human race. Really intriguing. Lots of great artwork and stuff. There's one of those creatures. They're really creepy, but I really enjoyed this one. This was 220 pages. I gave this one 5 stars. So that wrapped up day 2 with 287 pages. So a bit of a drop off from day 1, but still doing pretty good. Day 3 was one little short story book, 66 pages long. I don't know what happened. I think I got a little stuck into social media and I couldn't get off, and I was just tired from work and I didn't feel like reading. But I read the 4th short story, Fourth Doctor, and this is The Roots of Evil by Philip Reeve. I have no idea who this is. I don't know that I've read anything by him before. But it does feature the 4th Doctor and Leela the Savage. My one regret with this particular book is that he wasn't paired up with Sarah Jane Smith, the companion that he's most known with. But Leela's still a really great character. It takes place on this massive tree-type space station. It's pretty bizarre, but really good story. Again, did a really good job of capturing both the 4th Doctor and Leela's character. And I overall enjoyed it one very much. So 66 pages for day 3. Day 4 got even worse. Again, just massively tired from work. I picked up Chalky for the first time by John Wyndham. This is a modern classic about a boy named Matthew. He's about 12 years old, and he has this imaginary friend. And I'll get a little bit more into the final of this when I get to the day I finished it. But Literally only read 32 pages of this, so a really bad fourth day, unfortunately. Moving into day 5, I still wasn't ready to pick up a novel and dive into it, and day 5 was just a horrible day at work. Depressing, horrible day. I won't get into all the details, but I was really not in too much mood to read, so I really just sort of pushed myself to pick up a manga. And I picked up Terra Formars. This is volume 1 by Yu Sasuga. I had originally read this particular book as an e-book ARC copy, and it was okay. I wasn't too thrilled with it. I think I only gave it 2 stars, but I picked this up at a half-price books, and I flipped through it. It seemed like the dialogue was different, so it could have been a translation issue. I don't know, but I decided to buy it, pick it up, read it, and I would say I'd have to increase my rating of this particular series so far to 4 stars. I'm going to continue with it. I really love the artwork. Let me see if I can find something really, look at that page. You might see antenna sticking out of these characters. What we have is Earth trying to terraform Mars, and they send these cockroaches to sort of like superheat the planet because they multiply, and they send a crew called, I think it's Bugs 1 is the name of the ship or something like that. The first crew ends up getting killed. They all die off when they're over there. So this is like dealing with the second trip back to Mars to kind of go and exterminate these cockroaches and find out what's going on. But they've had some hints from the first one as to what's going on there. So these particular astronauts, which are actually criminals, have kind of sort of volunteered so that once this mission's over, they'll be set free. They undergo this bug procedure to turn them into various insects to give them the strength they need to go and battle these cockroaches, which we come to find out. Oh, here's another one of the crew there. You can see all the weird things he's got going on here. But they need this kind of procedure to help them battle these ginormous cockroaches. But the artwork is phenomenal in it. It's a kind of intriguing story, and it really caught my attention, and it got me through a bad Friday. So I read the 216 pages for that, and this one, like I said, originally I gave it 2 stars. I'm moving this up to 4 stars. So on to day 6, I read 50 more pages of Chalky, and I started another manga, One Piece, and this one I read 50 pages of too. So I had a total of 100 pages for Saturday. Moving into the very final day, which was Sunday, I once again picked up Chalky and finished off the last 67 pages of it. Now, like I said, this is about an 11-year-old, I think he's 11, 12-year-old boy named Matthew with an imaginary friend who starts, through the boy, asking odd questions, things that if someone his age wouldn't really go into, or different ways about math and how things travel and like how ships move through the water. It's like things he's never brought up before, and his teachers even question things like some of the questions he asks at school bring him to the attention of the teachers, and they tell the parents, and the parents are kind of concerned because it seems to be taking over more and more of his life, this Chalky person. They just gotten over their younger daughter Polly dealing with a imaginary friend, so when their older son kind of comes up with this, it's sort of shocking at his age. And like I said, some of the things that he asks seems beyond his age, but like he doesn't have the words to express what he's thinking, so as if he's trying to relay someone else's thoughts and doesn't have the vocabulary necessary to do so. So it's a really intriguing story, and it literally held me to the end. For a modern classic, again, the language and the writing style was very, very accessible. It just pulled me into the story. I absolutely love this. This is my favorite read of the Bout of Books Readathon, and I give this one 5 stars. And then I polished off the rest of One Piece. There was 160 more pages. Love this one as well. This is about this character, Monkey D. Luffy. I think it's Luffy? I'll go Luffy. I don't know. But anyway, he starts out as a small boy who, I love the illustration of him here. He is determined to become the king of the pirates and find this treasure known as One Piece that's buried somewhere. And there's a Captain Shanks that keeps coming to land, and he wants to become a member of the crew. And of course he says he's too young, and besides, Luffy can't swim. And then something happens where he ends up eating the fruit of the gum tree, and it makes him all stretchy, but also it will prevent him from ever being able to swim. So the captain's like, I can't believe you did that, you know. But he's still determined. It doesn't matter. He's going to become the king of the pirates. And Captain Shanks sees something sort of within Luffy, sort of like his own personality growing up, and he sees his strong determination. There's a lot of that theme kind of running throughout this entire manga, this feeling of determination, like a goal that someone has, like he does, to become the king of the pirates, and someone else has, they've made a promise or something, they're determined no matter what to see these things through. And it's a kind of theme running through this entire first volume. I love the artwork, love the characters. Captain Shanks ends up giving Luffy this straw hat, so he becomes kind of, it's like a nickname for him, Straw Hat Luffy, which he wears throughout. And it shortly after Captain Shanks sets off to sea, it's like the story jumps 10 years in the future, and he's all grown up now, and he's setting off in a small little dinghy to pursue his dream and kind of draw together a crew and everything for his ship. And or one day when he gets a ship, you might say, because the little dinghy isn't much of a pirate ship. But it's just a really, really great series. I love the artwork, love the character, and I can't wait to pick up more of this one. I gave this one 5 stars as well. And then the last thing I picked up quite late in the evening on Sunday was Americanborn Chinese. This is by Jean Luen Yang, I think that is. I'd heard a lot about this and been meaning to pick this up for some time. You can see kind of where I left off. I got up to about 163 pages on that. Still pretty intriguing, pretty quick read. The graphic novel, not a lot of text within it, but still intriguing, and I'll wrap that up when I do finally finish the book. But I had 390 pages total for day 7. So I read physical copies, a total of 1,672 pages for the week. I also listened to a lot of the Secret History by Donna Tartt. I can't quite see that. But I didn't quite finish it, and I don't know what the page count would be, an equivalent of that. So you could add that in there somehow, but I don't know what a total is. And unfortunately, my library rental is going to run out before I can finish it, and I'm going to be really pissed because a lot of people have it on hold, so I can't even finish this story now that it's finally getting a little bit more interesting. I'm past the halfway point, but it was really slow. Intriguing kind of murder mystery. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, overall, really good wrap up here. Really good reading month. Like I said, I read all of that out of my TBR, so I think I did really good. Got through a lot, finished off some series, and started a couple new ones. So really great. Had a lot of fun. And let me know if you guys participated and how you did, or if you created your own video. I will go look at it. Let me know down below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.